Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and thanks so much for joining me. I definitely appreciate it. And I do apologize, I got started late today. Just had a whole bunch of other stuff I had to get done. Anyway, today I've got the new Casio Duro Kermit 200 meter quartz diver. And this is model number MDV106B-1A3V. And this is a really cool, neat colorway for the Duro. It came out, I guess, about back in September of last year. So it's been out for a few months, but it's still, it's you know, pretty much brand new. But anyway, it's a really cool looking watch and let's check it out.
Slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Breathe the light, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it.
All right, guys, we'll get into this thing, but first check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like this or any of the other watches I've reviewed on my channel. As you all know, I get a very small commission if you buy from my Amazon store, so I definitely appreciate it. All right, normal Casio watch box. Actually, they did a slight redesign. It has kind of like this clamshell thing going on here. A little bit of a redesign, I don't know, a few months ago, a year ago. There's your first look at the Kermit. There you go. And you know what you get? You get some paperwork down here. It comes on, it's like its own little display case or like display stand, actually. It's kind of cool. All right, take off the little stand here. And y'all know how popular these Duros are. One of Casio's best-selling watches. They came out around 2010, and I think Casio said they have sold about 600,000 of these watches. So they are incredibly popular, and they come in a multitude of different colorways, and I'll show you all of those here in just a minute. But just a really, really good seller for Casio, and for good reason, because it's a fantastic watch. I mean, you're looking around 50 bucks, between $50 and $75 for these, depending on the colorway. With this one being a new colorway, it's gonna be a little on the higher side. So this is right around 75 bucks, but you can get the original, which is like the black and a couple of other ones, for right around 50 bucks. So as usual, I'll go ahead and tell you all the specs you need to know. I'll put everything else down there in the description field, and let's get started. All right, you're looking at a 44.2 millimeter stainless steel case. It's 12.1 millimeters thick. It's 48 millimeters lug to lug. It comes on a 22 millimeter resin strap. It is water resistant to 200 meters, which is 660 feet. It's got the 2784 movement inside. You get about 3 years on that battery life. And you do get a mineral crystal. Again, check everything else down there in the description field for all the other specs, like a screw down crown. You know, it's got Neo-Brite for the Lume, which I have to admit, guys, is kind of crappy. Casio's Lume, it's just kind of crappy. 120 click unidirectional bezel. It only weighs 92 grams, yada, yada, yada. Check all that stuff down there in the description field if you want to check out the full specs for this watch. So I like this. This is basically, I call this the Kermit because this is basically, it looks like the Rolex Kermit that came out in 2003 for the 50th anniversary of the Submariner. And that watch had a green bezel and a black dial. About 7 years later, they came out with the Hulk. In fact, let me go ahead and show you these. This is the Rolex Kermit over there on the left-hand side. And then about 7 years later, they came out with the Hulk. Now the Hulk has a green dial and green bezel, where of course the Kermit just had a black dial and a green bezel. So that's basically why I'm calling this the Kermit. Obviously, you know, those watches are like 10,000 times more expensive than this one, but they're really good looking watches. These have a huge fan base. They're just incredibly popular because you do get a lot for your money. You get a screw down crown, which is really impressive for basically about a $50 watch. Everything lines up perfectly. Again, really incredible for a $50 watch. It's incredibly legible. It's just a really good looking, functional, affordable little dive watch, man. And that's why they're so popular. Now, for the longest time, they used to only come in black. And then after a while, I guess 2 years ago, they came out with a blue dial version, a gold version. Now they have a Pepsi dial version, and of course this Kermit version. So anyhow, I'll tell you all the other different models that they have. And I think you're gonna like them, man. I mean, in fact, I know you're gonna like them. Everybody loves these watches simply because they're just so good looking, so functional, and relatively inexpensive. I mean, I would actually say very inexpensive when you're looking at about, you know, about 50 bucks. So really good looking watches, man. Again, these came out around 2011, and Casio has sold around 600,000 of these watches. If you want to read a really nice article, Hodinkee has a great article on the Duro, and I'll try to find a link to that and put that down in the description field for you if you want to check out their article. And again, this comes in 6 different colors, and let me show you all the colors. All right, so you're looking at a black version. You're looking at the green version, of course, which is this one. You're looking at the Batman version. Then you have the gold. Then you have the blue, which is really cool looking. And then you have a Pepsi version. So basically, you know, whatever color you want, you can get it in this Duro. And again, all of these range anywhere between about $50 and $75. Guys, there's not really too much to go over about this watch. I mean, it's a pretty simple, you know, 3-hand watch, really simple. But I will say the bezel action on these Duros, and I don't know if I remember this from last time, but the bezel action is fantastic on these things. Really, really good bezel action. And of course, it does line up perfectly. Got some nice little crown guards here with a screw down crown. It's not signed, but nice screw down. Let me actually unscrew it. Really nice crown pop there. Real easy to screw back in. I've always been impressed with these watches. A nice clear date window. These indexes are actually like embossed, so they press it from underneath and it raises those index. You got some Lume in there. Again, Casio's Neo-Brite, I have to admit, it's garbage. It's very, very weak. Nothing compared to the Citizen Lume or Seiko's Lume-Brite. So don't expect much out of the Lume. But, you know, the hands have a nice polish on them. Each index has a nice little polished bezel around it. You got the Duro logo there, water resist 200 meters. I mean, it's just a really well-made, inexpensive, good-looking watch. Highly polished on the sides, brushed on the top of the lugs. Again, highly polished on this side. The resin strap, it's a little bit stiff. These take a little while to break in, but they're not bad. Not too bad, but they are, you know, pretty stiff. There's your case back. You get that big Duro logo right there with that marlin. Of course, it says water resist 200 meters, yada, 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 Casio. And it gives you the module number right there. And of course, it is a screw down case back. That's the main thing about this watch. The fact you get a screw down case back and a screw down crown on a $50 watch. Pretty impressive. Battery life, you know, on these, again, is about 3 years. Now, they have a solar diver now that I reviewed, I don't know, about a year or so ago. Let me put that up there on the left-hand side. That's that solar diver, which I'm thinking might eventually supersede this and kind of take this over, because you can get those for about roughly around $100. For another $50, you get solar powered, so you never have to worry about changing the battery. So that's something to think about. But again, you know, if you just want this might be literally the best beater on the planet. I mean, these watches are just fantastic. And everybody loves them. I like the fact they've come out with all of these different colors because the black was just honestly getting a little bit old after, you know, 10 years or something. So check out all the different other colorways of this watch. Let me go ahead and try this thing on real quick. And I think if I remember correctly, it fits pretty well. Again, the strap is a little stiff, but yeah, it fits. Oh yeah, it fits great. Good looking watch, man. Really good looking watch. All right, let me go ahead and kill the studio light and the monitor. And let me show you this crappy Lume. God, I wish they would improve on the Lume, but that would probably substantially increase the price of the watch. Let me kill this monitor real quick. There we go. All right. There you go, man. Not much to write home about. I mean, you know, what do you expect? It's $50, man. I mean, it's a $50 watch. So there you go. Let me zap it again. See if I can get it any brighter. Yeah, it's not going to go much brighter than that. So anyway, again, that's, you know, really the only kind of weak link in this chain is that Lume. Everything else is fantastic, man. I like these watches a lot. So guys, I really just want to kind of show you this watch. Again, it came out in September. I just wanted to show you this new colorway, let you know you have another option for a Duro if you like the Duro line. Of course, who doesn't like the Duros? They're just fantastic watches. So if you want to get this one, head on over to my Amazon channel and you can pick one up. Again, I think this one's right around $75. if you want to get one of these. I'll make sure to put a link in the description field for you so you can head on over there and do that if you like. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. I really do appreciate it when you do that. It helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps my channel. And again, I really do appreciate it when you do that. And guys, that's been about it for this one. Until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.